anyway. Oh, here we go. All right, so we are here for day 10, and as of now, I am out of hands that I want to use for keeping track of the days. So we'll just refer to the the title. I lost the page that I had set up with the questions. So we are on day 10 of the, let me do an actual introduction to this, I guess. The Community Vlogmas 2019. That's not what I meant to do. Challenge as put forth by Annie over at Mirth and Reverence. I still can't get away from the glare on my glasses. These lenses are supposed to be anti-glare, although I imagine that's probably from my perspective looking out is what really matters for that. Yeah, so day 10, and today's question is, who has had the most impact on your life? Annie, you don't ask the easy questions, or at least you don't ask the questions that have easy answers. So I'm supposed to think of like the one person who's had the most impact on my life. And I'm going to assume that this is out of the people that we have interacted with personally. So it's not an easy answer, and it's not a happy answer necessarily. So I think two people. And so for me, this talks primarily about people who had an influence on me during my formative years. And I mean, my formative years. So like everybody that I was in any kind of a regular contact with had an impact on my life. I don't know. Part of me wants to say, well, my father, largely because his struggle with alcoholism shaped so much of what our home life was like when I was a child, and so much of what our home life was like when I was a child has shaped how I am in the world. And so I'm not one of those people, and I don't want to come across as one of those people who is like, everything that's hard in my life is because of my mom or because of my dad or because of my childhood. But at the same time, because I don't feel like they're to blame. Like, we all deal with our own shit, and life could not have been easy for my father. He couldn't have been a happy man dealing with what he was dealing with all of the time. And it's not like I blame him, and it's not like I blame my mother, who was doing the best that she could with a horrible, hard situation. And she did very well as far as I'm concerned. Fight me on it. But like that shaped the whole open secret of what that was like, because that was in a time when you didn't talk about these things, and you didn't really acknowledge them. It was like the family secret, right? The family secret that everybody knew. Let me explain to you what an open secret is. But like that shaped so much of growing up with an alcoholic father has shaped how I am over holidays, for example. So I have a really difficult time with holidays, and it's not any kind of a conscious thing. It's definitely all subconscious, and it's something that I still have to fight against. The legacy, I guess, of what it is to grow up in an alcoholic home. The whole, you don't talk about these things, the whole, like, I don't go to therapy, in part because I can't afford it, but also because the idea of talking about things that are bothering me or things that I think that I need help with, even when they're not related to like whatever issues I might have stemming from childhood. And there are the issues. There's the issues like I have to do things in order to prove my worth. I have to be useful. I have to bottle up how I'm feeling to get through things. Those sorts of things that are still, I think I've done a lot of work towards not being that way on default, but you slip back into it when you're not really paying attention. But like even just okay, dealing with what am I depressed about? Well, right now I'm dealing with my cat having died, and before I was in this job, it was my previous job and or my leg injury or whatever. But the idea even of getting to a place where I can talk about those things frankly and openly without judging myself harshly. Um, it's not even that it isn't even that thought out, that obvious, that whatever the idea of talking to strangers about how I'm feeling, don't even need to go into any kind of specifics. Just the idea of that, I'm breaking out in a cold sweat now. Like, so, and that definitely stems, I know, from you put forward the idea that everything's fine at home. Um, Even when it's not. You close ranks, you come together. It's you and your family against the world, and all you have is each other. Um, yeah. So I want to say my father because of that, but I also want to say my brother because he has been having such a role in raising him to me. Um, and for a very long time, and even now, he's sort of what has made my life worth it. Like, if I don't do anything else with my life, I had a hand in that. And that, yeah, I don't really want to go into it beyond that. um, there's something to be said for breaking cycles of abuse, and having been even some small part in that for the next generation makes my life have been worth it. And that isn't all I've done. So, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's all I've got. There's kittens, or I think Keegan's waking up from his nap, so the shenanigans are probably going to happen soon. Yeah, starting. I'm going to go. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see your response to this question soon. Gonna hit end stream now. Gotta figure out how to do it. Molly, it's just Keegan. Look at, there's William sleeping. Whoa, right there's William. And if y'all are following the saga, I got up yesterday to go to work, and Meech is sleeping on the bed, and William is sleeping right next to him. It was wonderful. She doesn't know she's barking at her baby. Okay, I am gonna go. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Yada. Goodbye. Shutting off the stream now. Here we go.